Good afternoon, Jagruti. Good afternoon, Deepti. Good afternoon, Yuvraj. Good afternoon, Vaishni. Good afternoon, all. A very good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon to everyone. I hope everyone is here, right? I hope everyone is here. So we'll begin the session in another 5 minutes, okay? So in the meantime, if anyone is having any questions, you can ask me in the Q&A, okay? Ask me in the Q&A and also in the chat, okay? Okay. Okay, so yeah, we'll begin the session. Okay, we'll begin the session now. We have posted the quiz on Salesforce to complete. No, no, Sai Aditya, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. Fine. Now we'll be beginning our session. Okay. So what did we discuss yesterday, guys? What did we discuss yesterday? Everyone are in the session, right? Yesterday, what did we discuss yesterday? Okay, here I'm getting the answers. Fine. Yeah. Z test, T test, F test, hypothesis test, and also yeah, correct. Hypothesis testing. Did we discuss hypothesis testing truly? No, right? We went into ANOVA, right? No, Z test, T test, F test, correct. ANOVA, right? So my question is, when my sample size is less than 30, which test do I need to go for? Fine. So if it is greater than 30, okay. So when to do ANOVA? What are the types of ANOVA? Yeah, ANOVA means analysis of variance. Yeah, yeah, one way ANOVA test, two way ANOVA test. So one way one independent variable, two way two independent variables, right? Correct. We have discussed few of the examples also related to this. Correct. Okay, fine. Okay. So let me just share my screen. Just a moment. Do you want me to keep a quiz on this one way and two way test? If yes, I'll be connecting a quiz. Okay, I'll connect a quiz. Let me know. Fine. So yesterday we were working on one of the EDA explanation, right? Did you explore that notebook, everyone? Did you explore that notebook? Have you explored it? Anyone explored it? Anyone explored it? Anyone explored that notebook? Okay, yes. Okay, fine. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Yuvraj. Thank you, Anusha. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, guys. Yeah, please try to explore that notebook now. Yeah, it is already in the drive. Okay, it is already present in the drive. So please try to explore that. Okay, please try to explore that notebook. Okay, and also, yeah. So now today we'll be doing that wine quality. Okay, the one which I told yesterday. I told that we'll be doing any one of the EDA, right? Any one of the EDA, right? So let me. I'm getting an error while opening the file. In Navya, like we'll be seeing all those issues once we are done with this session. In the last 10 minutes, we'll discuss about that issue. Okay. Now let me just share my screen. Before that, let me just open the collab and upload the file into the collab. Okay. Just a moment. Just give me a minute. Let me just upload that file to collab. Just a moment. Just give me a minute. I'm sharing my screen. Sorry. Everyone is able to see the screen, correct? Yeah. So this is a data set, okay? This is a data set and this is related to wine quality, okay? Wine quality, wine quality data set, okay? Initially, we'll be doing the basic data overview, like what is the shape? What is the shape here? 1600, right? One less 1600 and 12 columns. And what are those 12 columns? Fixed acidity, volatile acidity, citric acid, residual sugar, chlorides, free sulfur dioxide, total sulfur dioxide, how much quantity is present, the density, the pH value, the sulfates, the alcohol, and also the quality. Okay. So what are the data types? Again, the same other data types, and also if you see, only for quality the data type is in int 64, and for others the data type is in float 64. Correct. Okay. Yeah. So this is about the head. Actually, instead of printing, we need to directly call df.head so that it will directly give us in a tabular format. If we try to print, it will be showing it in this format. Okay, it will be showing it in that format. So summary statistics, instead of printing, we need to do df.describe. So we'll be getting all these things. So let me just directly, stop my screen for once and let me just directly upload that notebook to my drive and do the process. Okay, just a moment. I'm sharing my screen. Just a moment. Yeah. Okay, I need to. So in order to do that, I need to have those notebooks in my local. Okay, I have just downloaded those notebooks, and what I'll be doing is I'll be opening my new Chrome profile, and I'll be uploading that collab notebook. Okay, I'll upload that collab notebook. Uploading the notebook, and I need to click on upload and browse. Then to pick the notebook. Okay. So here, what is the notebook name? What is the notebook name over here? Was the screen being shared? Okay, let me know. Yes or no? Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. I'm so just a minute. Okay, I'm sorry. I took very long now to share my screen. I'm sorry. Yeah, let me just upload my available notebook. Okay, initially let me just upload the notebook which is available, and going to use, and from in the downloads, I'm going to pick this fine quality analysis, and I'll be uploading it over here. And after uploading this file, what I'll be doing is I'll be working on that particular file. Okay. Initially, I will read the data and I will show you how to work on few cells. Okay. If you people are having laptops, please try to do this thing along with me. Okay. Please try to do along with me. The internet is too slow. That is the reason. Even if I upload that file to Collab, is taking much time. Just wait. Okay, the file has been uploaded over here. Let me just. I need to connect it, right? So it's still connecting. Just wait. Okay. Once this is connected to the terminal, once that is connected to the terminal, I need to upload the. I need to upload my. I need to upload my file, right? Guys, in between, if you're hearing any noise, if there is a huge disturbance from my side, do let me know. Okay, I'll just make sure I'm not in that particular area. Okay, do let me know if you're hearing like two huge sounds. Okay, mounting drive is not required here because we are already having the data and we are having the data set, right? So just get this, copy the path. Copy the path. This cell is not required at all, right? So we just delete this cell right now. Okay. Now to check the current directory, so we can directly get, or else to set the path to this current directory. I can directly set the path over there. So and PW is what is the current directory, and ls is nothing but the list. Okay, what are all the content present in that particular folder? Okay, what is the content present in that particular folder? So these are just for verification purpose. Okay, not required. So initially we need to install and import the libraries, right? Initially we need to import and install the libraries, pandas, c1, matplotlib. So I'm pressing run, okay, shift, enter, okay, shift, enter. The file will be running, up and running. And if you see, there is a green tick mark, right? So that means that that file or else that particular cell has ran, correct? So now we need to load the data set, okay? Now to load the data set, we need to copy this particular path initially because we want this kind of data to load, right? So just copy the path and paste it over here, okay? So I have copied that path and pasted it over here. And this is through read underscore CSV. I am pasting my content over here. Okay, I'm pasting my path over here and I'm running. So after running, I want to see how the data set is. Okay, so I can write head. Okay, so let me just delete this cell, or let's take few cells above. So initially after loading the data, what we need to do is We need to initially find the shape, okay? Find the shape. df dot shape, okay? So I can say I'm having how many rows? 1599, right? So approximately 1612 columns, correct? So now to know the column names, so what is the thing which we need to do? df dot columns, df dot columns, right? df dot columns we need to do. Yeah. So in a similar way, we can check for the data types and head all those things. Okay. So the other things are we need to also perform df dot is null dot sum. Okay. To check the null values, there are no null values. Okay. There were no null values over here. So now what we can do? Duplicates, correct. Duplicates. We need to check duplicates, correct. df dot duplicated dot sum. Function has no dot sum. Okay. Let me just give it as a method. So now I want to do the sum. So how many null values I'm having, guys? How many null values I'm having? 240 null values, right? So what I need to do for these 240 null values, I need to get to know in which column I'm having the null values. This is not the null values, correct? Is it null values? Which I got, is that the null values? Guys, please answer if there any. Guys, instead of NASCAM and the other things, please focus on the topic which we are saying, okay? Duplicated values, correct. I was just normally saying null values, but you people are still not even saying anything. We are working on the duplicated values. How many duplicated values we are having? 240 duplicated values we are having. So what we need to do? Can we keep duplicates? Can we keep duplicates? No. Yes, correct. We can't keep duplicates. Why we can't keep duplicates? Because if the model is being trained on the same data type or the same data point, what happens is it will not be able to understand the data. Okay, it will not be able to understand the other data points. Okay, it will only be understanding or else learning that pattern all the time. By learning, like the thing is, by eating one item all the time, what happens? What happens to us? We want to be interested in other items also, correct? So we'll be going with that item only. So in the same way, even if the model is training on all the data points, let's say in the whole 1600, 240 duplicates are there. And we need to remove all them. If not, what happens? The model will learn on all those 250 extra points and it will fail to understand the other patterns. Okay, it will fail to understand the other patterns in our data. So that is the reason the best way to do is we need to drop the duplicate values. Okay, we need to drop the duplicated values. Okay, but the sum is 240. Let's check duplicate we didn't do. Okay, fine. So we did head, we did data type. Did we do data type? No, right? So we just need to do df.data type and we'll be getting those similar data types. Okay. What are the data types which are being used for each and every column? Okay. So that is the data type and followed by a summary of the statistics. Okay. We should not print this actually. To make things clear, I was using print, but see, this is the summary of the statistics. Okay. This is the summary of the statistics. I mean statistics in the sense, what are the numerical columns which I'm having? This is a summary of all the values which are present in the data. Okay. Once guys, please go through this. Yes, correct. Screen is stuck. No, actually, I was saying, I was informing you people to just go through those topics. Okay, I was informing you to go through those topics once. So, what are all the things we are saying? We are saying count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, and the max, correct? And the max, correct. So, that is one way to get to know about each and every numerical column, okay? So null values, we are printing all the null values. So no null values, fine. Yeah, correlation, this is very important. Did we discuss about correlation? Did we discuss about the correlation, guys? Jagdish, yeah, my screen is not stuck. Actually, I have paused a minute. Jagdish, do you know correlation? Most of you people are not aware, fine. See, remember correlation, like measuring the relationship between two data points, okay? Measuring the relationship between two data points. Okay, so that is what a correlation is. When you are finding the distance or the relationship between those two data points, is nothing but the correlation. Okay, that is nothing but the correlation over here. And to visualize the correlation, yeah, that is okay. Correct. Thank you, Jagdish. So to visualize the correlation, we are using here heat map. Okay, in order to use the heat map, what exactly we need to do is, so in order to use the heat map directly on our data, initially we can also get, we can also do dot core and get a tabular format. Okay, we can also do dot core and get a tabular format. So let me just do that. Okay, df.cor. Now let's see. So this one, which is similar to this one, but this is about describe and numerical values. This is about correlation between each. This fixed acidity and fixed acidity values will be the same because same column. So the correlation will be 1. So volatile acidity and fixed acidity will be completely not in a relation. Okay, those variables, those two variables will not be even relatable. Okay, they are negative, and how good they are negative or how bad they are negative, they are negatively negative. Okay, negatively negative in the sense the minus which we are saying is that one negative correlation will be saying that minus is negative correlation. Okay, so did you understand this df.corr? Everyone understood what is this df.corr? df.corr is nothing but doing this. Okay, let me just delete this else or else. Let me just take a new notebook. I'll do the things. Guys, Venkatesh and Ganesh and all the others, if you're having your laptops, let's just open your laptop. Open your laptop, and if you're having Colab with you, please open your Colab. Okay. In the laptop, you need to go into Chrome tab and then type Google Colab. We'll do that live coding. I'll share that CSV file. Okay, I'll share the CSV file in the drive link. Just a minute. We'll do that live coding. Yes, correct, Suraj. That is what missed in the data set. Okay, that is what missed in the notebook. So we'll be doing executing it one by one. Okay. Okay, let me just upload the notebook. Okay, I will do everything from first. Okay, even that notebook is we are having the things here and there. I will do everything from the first. Okay, along with me, please everyone do. This is the last notebook we will be executing. Okay, after this we'll be understanding the algorithms. We'll start with the algorithms. Okay, we'll start with algorithms, and then we will be proceeding forward with the algorithms implementation. Okay, immediately we'll be discussing like 2 to 3 algorithms at once, or else one algorithm at one time, and then implementation of that algorithm. Okay, if now I'm having a data set, right, what I need to do, I need to connect to terminal. So it is connected to, I mean, terminal in the sense connect to a runtime. Okay, in the Colab we'll be saying it as connect to a runtime. Okay, so let me just start writing here by import pandas. Libraries are important thing, right? Import numpy as np if required. Just run this. Okay, now df is equals to pd dot read underscore csv. Okay, pd dot read underscore csv, and in these brackets, we need to mention the path of this particular file, so that we want to work on this file, correct? So copy the path and paste it over here. Okay, paste it over here. So now let's run this cell. Okay, 1599 cross 12. So immediately after this, we need to find the shape. Okay, we need to find the shape. Okay, and we need to see what are all the columns we are having. Okay, then find what we need to do. We need to know the info, right? df dot info. Okay, information of each and every column. Okay, information of each and every column. Now then we need to do df dot is null dot sum. Okay, is null dot sum. So after doing this is null dot sum, what we need to do? So now we got a confirmation that we are not having the null values. Correct, we are not even having the null values. So let's do check for the duplicates. Right, we are having the duplicates. We already checked it, but let's once again check for the duplicates. Okay, df dot duplicated dot sum. So we got around 240 duplicates. We got around 240 duplicates. Okay, 240 duplicates. Now I need to drop these duplicates, right? df dot drop duplicates. Yeah, it is giving a suggestion. Drop duplicates and in plus equals to true. I have told you why we need to use in plus equals to true, right? Anyone remember why we need to use in plus equals to true? Okay. So Abhinay, df dot is null dot sum exactly means like whatever in the data frame, collect all the null values. Okay, whatever the rows you are having the null values. Correct. Correct, Anushu. To make changes in the data frame, actual data set is also modified. Okay, to change in the original data set. Correct. Thank you. We have discussed about this, right? We have discussed about this, right? Let me go. And let me will have no, I'm not having any values, correct? So now what I need to do? What I need to do? I need to do check if there is any categorical column, correct? I need to check. So df dot d types, okay, df dot d types. Let's see. Are we having any categorical value? Are we having any categorical value over here? No, right? We are having all the numerical values only. Okay. So now what I need to do. You people say me what I need to do. Voice is breaking. See guys, the missing values thing has already been done, correct? The missing value is already done. We have already checked. There is no missing values. Okay, there were no missing values over there. The missing value count is 0. That is what we did, right? Is null dot sum. Correct. My voice is break. Is clear now? Is my voice clear now? Sri Lakshmi, is my voice clear now? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Fine. So these are all the basic steps which you need to do. So now we got the D type. So let me just check. Let me just check how the data frame is. So here the label encoding is not required. But if you want to do the label encoding, I will just show the syntax. Okay, I'll just show the. We need to import that label encoding from sklearn dot preprocessing import label encoder. Okay, label encoder. Yeah, what happened? I see someone has raised their hand. Okay, my voice is breaking again. Is it clear now? Is my voice clear now? Clear, right? Fine. So what I did over here from sklearn.preprocessing, I have imported the label encoder, and how I will be doing it. The syntax is we need to assign that a variable. Okay, le is equals to label encoder. Okay, label encoder. So this is just the syntax which I have written. Syntax. Okay, how to import the label encoder, and after importing the label encoder, we need to assign that label encoder to a variable, and after that we need, if you want to transfer that value, fit transform that categorical value into a numerical value, then we can do the fit transform, and these values again will be stored in the same column, so that column will be modified in that case. Correct. So then we'll be having a column where we'll be having all these numerical columns. Correct. Numerical columns. Now what is the thing which we need to do? We need to bring them down to one scale. Okay, bring them down to one scale. Let's check the data once again. Yeah, this is our data set, right? So let me just do min max scalar. Okay, min max scalar. So from scalar to pre-processing min max scalar. Okay. So let me just run this cell and import the library. Min max scalar. What it is saying cannot import min max from scalar not pre-processing. Did we make any syntax error over here? Okay, I was giving LAR, okay, but that is not the correct syntax. LER is the correct one, okay, LER. So I have imported the library, so let me just call that scalar, okay. Scalar is equals to min max scalar, okay. Scalar will be min max scalar, and let me just run this cell also. So this scalar library I have imported, I have imported, and I have stored it. And so data frame I have to make the changes, what changes. scalar.fit.transform df. Okay. Instead of assigning to the whole df, I don't want to. If I want to check other values in the df, I won't be able to check. So here I'll be creating a new df called scale df. Okay. Scale. So let me just check the scale df values. Scale underscore df. So if I check the scale values for what are we getting? We're transforming this whole data frame, right? We're transforming that whole data frame. We are fit transforming the whole data frame and we are applying it to a variable called scale df. And if we run df, we'll get a data frame. Okay, we'll get a data frame if I run df. Converting this whole data frame, we'll be getting this format. Okay, but instead of converting this whole data frame, what we need to do is we can create a for loop. Okay, for I in that particular column. Okay, this one length of df for each and every length. I want to do that. Not this scaling. Okay, not in length of, yeah, for I in length of columns. Now what I want to do, df of I, df of I. Okay, or else let's say like we need to run a for loop. Okay, we need to run a for loop in order to make sure that each and every column is being passed. Okay, in the same way how we are fit transforming. How we are fit transforming over here. If you want to fit transform only one single column, we'll mention the column in the square brackets, right? Correct. So in this whatever column will be mentioned, that only that single column will be fit transformed and stored in this variable. Correct. So if I just include this whole line and this line under for loop, then and instead of passing the column name here directly, I can pass I. Okay. I can pass I and I will be iterating through all the column names. It will be calling and it will be storing it in the whole file. Okay, whole file. So that is how I can do the. I can apply the min max scalar. Okay, I can apply that min max scalar. Understood the concept how to apply the min max scalar? Everyone understood the concept like how to understand the min max scalar? Still my voice is breaking? Still my voice is breaking, guys? Not clear, not clear. Just a minute. Yeah, I got it, I got it. Everyone, okay, I'll be explaining the min-max scalar once again. Okay, Ganesh, sorry, Jagdish, Bharatwaj, I'll be explaining, okay, don't worry, please. Just a minute. Yeah, I will explain that. See, remember the min-max scalar and the standard scalar? In min-max scalar, the range will be from -1 to 1. And in standard scalar, what happens? In standard scalar, the range will be 0 to 1, right? 0 to 1. Everyone knows standard distribution, right? So let me just share that notebook again. Okay, this is how I can perform the fit transform. Okay, this is how I can perform the fit transform. Let me just call this df. Okay, let me just run this and show you. So now I will explain this code. Okay, what I did actually, scalar, I have assigned the scale as min-max scalar. Okay, hope my voice is not clear. If my voice is not clear, guys, in that case, do a thumbs down. Okay, do a thumbs down reaction so that I'll get to know through the reactions. Okay, as I'm explaining the things, I was not getting if your people are getting or not, if your people are understanding or not. Okay, so in the min-max scale, what exactly happening is now no, still the same. Just a minute, let me just connect to my other network also. I have switched my network. Okay, now I have switched my network. So everyone understands Telugu? Everyone understands, right? No, there is one no, two no's. Okay, fine. Okay, sir. So now, previously I have shown you the syntax for that label encoder, but we are not doing any label encoding, correct? But we need to transform, right? We need to transform the scale of that particular values which we are having, correct? So now what I did, I have implemented this min-max scalar. Okay, I have implemented this min-max scalar. So I have assigned the scale as min-max scalar, and for each and every column, okay, ఈ df dot columns లో ఏవైతే కాలమ్స్ ఉన్నాయో ప్రతి ఒక్క కాలమ్ కి ఐటరేట్ అయ్యి I want to iterate it for each and every column, and then I want that particular column to fit transform. Okay, fit transform through scalar. And what is the scalar? That scalar is min-max scalar, correct? And that should be again back assigned to the same column. Okay, those values, whatever the scaled values which you are having, it should go back and assign to the same column. Okay, so that is how we got all these values under one scale. After having all these values under one scale, what we need to do is, just a minute, after having all these values under one scale, we need to do the correlation. Okay, we need to do correlation, df dot corr. Okay, to do the correlation, df dot corr, sorry, it's a method. Okay, is it clear now? Is it clear? Sorry, I don't know what's going on, but there is this network issue happening from the morning, not morning exactly. Okay, So let's get back to our cell. Okay, so what's happening? We did this up to scalar. Everyone understood? Everyone understood up to scalar? Scalar వరకు అందరికీ అర్థమైనా? min max scalar. It's clear for everyone, right? Okay, so now once we are done with the scalar, what we need to do? We need to do the correlation. So what I did over here? I did the correlation over here, right? See here. I did the correlation over there. So what is this correlation for this syntax? df.corr, correct? df.corr. So here, what did we get exactly? Got all the correlation values for each and every column to column, and for each and every column we got the relationship between two columns. It was the correlation, right? It could be either positive or negative, correct? See, negative is minus, positive is 1 or else 1 with 0.14. Okay. So in order to represent that particular correlate, let me just assign a variable for it. Okay, let me just write it as Corel matrix equals to df dot Corel matrix. Where was it? Yeah, Corel matrix. So I can only visualize. Okay, I can only visualize. Clear, right? My voice for now. For now, my voice is clear, right? Okay, fine. Thank you. So, you know, a correlation matrix ni I have drawn that correlation table, right? I'm storing that in a correlation matrix table variable. Okay, now what I will be doing is correlation I will be showing it in the format of a visualization. Okay, this correlation I will show it in the format of visualization, and for visualization I'll be using what? I'll be using heat map. Okay, I'll be using heat map. 1 minute. I'll heat map code ఎలా syntax ఎలా ఉంటదంటే we need to import the things from the C1. Okay, see, import the things from C1. So let me just install C1 first, or else import C1 C1 as SNS. Okay, SNS. So once C1 library installed, okay, it will be installed. Okay, now SNS dot HEAD heat map. What do you want in the heat map? Corel matrix annotation. Yes, I want annotation, and I want the CMap also. What is this CMap? CMap is nothing but the color coding. Okay, here it is saying blues. Blues means everything will be blue. Okay, and we need to mention PLT dot show. Okay, PLT dot show, and actually yeah, correct. So PLT white is showing yellow. We didn't import the library. What is the library for it? Import matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT, and it is MAT. Okay, after running this, then I need to PLT dot show, PLT dot figure also we need to add. Okay, okay, so this is the heat map. And based on the color coding, if the color is completely thick, completely good thick, then we will be calling it as a good correlation. Okay, good correlation and high correlation. And if the color is completely light, we can see those kind are in the negative correlation, minus, correct? Based on the color coding only, we can differentiate that. Okay, these two columns are having good correlation, but these columns are having less correlation. We can discriminate, or else like we can decide. Okay, we can decide based on the color coding concepts only. So that is why the heat map is used. Okay, That is why the heat map is used. Using heat map is necessary and it is must. Okay. So the thing is, when you're working on any data, so this is it for the data set. Okay. If you want me to work on any other data set, then if you're having any data set, I can work on the data set also. If you want me to work on the other data set also, do let me know. If not, we'll proceed. Okay. So the main things to remember is read the data set, check the shape, check the information, info, check the data types, and then immediately check the null values, check the duplicates. If any duplicates, drop the duplicates. And if any null values, impute the null values accordingly as per the categorical or the numerical column. Okay. And then what you need to do, you need to perform the EDA. You need to make sure that you are finding the outliers, or else you need to make sure that if there were no outliers, then you need to make sure that the data is normally distributed. Then after that, you need to do all the data feature engineering part, all those things. Okay. Then after that, you need to do the label encoding. After the label encoding, you need to go for scaling. Then scaling, after scaling is not completely necessary. Okay. The values are not, if you feel like the values are spreading across in the column and not being in one single range, ఒకే రేంజ్ లో వాల్యూస్ లేవనుకోండి, then we can go for the scaling part and bring them down to under one single scale. Okay, bring them down to under one single scale. And after scaling, we need to do the correlation, and in the correlation, after that, we need to do the heat map. Up to here, this is the basic steps for any machine learning algorithm, any supervised machine learning algorithm. If you're doing, these are all the basic steps. Okay, these are all the basic steps. So that is the reason many people will take much time to come up to here, because each and everything they need to look over. Correct. Each and everything they need to look over. Each and every factor also they need to consider. Correct. Okay. So this is how the heat map is. Okay. This is how the heat map is. Everyone understood until now? Heat map. Sorry, there was few disturbances in between. Okay, Kaif, are you having any other data set? Any other data set suggestions? Okay, outliers. Yeah, Anusha, outliers. You're saying right? Box plot. Okay, box plot. We'll be using the box plot, and we'll be getting to know what are all the outliers which are present. Okay. Okay, Sahishmi, any other data set? We can work on the data set. Okay, the time is 3:36, right? We'll just share the attendance form link and also the, yeah, we'll just have a 10 minutes of break. Okay, we'll share that link. Yeah, I will revise that, Mohan. I will revise. Superstore data set you want me to do? Okay, Hemlata, definitely. Okay. Please do the attendance and let's have a break for 10 minutes and then we'll work on that. Anyone, okay? Anyone. Anyone. Give me the suggestions. I'll pick one in the meantime, okay? Give me the suggestions in the chat. I'll pick any one of the data set and I'll work on that, okay? So let's have 10 minutes break. In the meantime, complete your attendance. Thank you. Okay, I hope everyone is back from the break, right? Which data set do you want me to work on? So I see the people have also updated few of the files. Okay, there is this housing, right? Let me just pick the housing only. So let me download that housing and upload that to the Colab, okay? Upload that to the Colab. I'll just delete all these cells, okay? Not this cell. From here, I will delete all the cells. Okay, now? Fine. Let me just zoom out and delete all the cells. We'll implement everything from the first and scratch, okay? See, the voice audible or else clear ga ledanukondi, just give a thumbs down, okay? Thumbs down reaction is this, so that I will be getting to know something is wrong, and immediately I will be going back to that Q&A and will check, okay? Now it's clear, right? Okay, and screen is also being shared, right? Okay, fine. But you know, like what I'll be doing is I'll try to explain it in Telugu, okay? Because all the time I was using that English. So I'll try to explain the things in Telugu. Clear ga vinandi. అర్థం అవ్వకపోతే మళ్ళీ అడగండి. And the people, don't worry who are not understanding English, okay? I'll be using both the languages, okay? Fine. Like నేను ఇప్పుడు హౌసింగ్ డేటా సెట్ ని సెలెక్ట్ చేసుకున్నాను. సో I have uploaded that housing. It is still uploading. సో అప్లోడ్ అయ్యింది. సో నేను కొలాబ్, ఈ కొలాబ్ అనేది ఎవ్రీవన్ నోస్ రైట్ వాట్ కొలాబ్ ఇస్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ. మనకు గూగుల్ వాళ్ళు కొలాబ్ లో వర్చువల్ గా ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తారు. ఏమేమి ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తారు? ర్యామ్ అండ్ డిస్క్ స్పేస్ ని ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తారు. ఎందుకు? మనం మన పెద్ద పెద్ద ఫైల్స్ ఏవైతే ఉంటాయి, లైక్ డీప్ లెర్నింగ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అయినా, మెషిన్ లెర్నింగ్ చిన్న ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ అయినా, మన ల్యాప్టాప్ సపోర్ట్ అవ్వకపోతే ఇక్కడ రన్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, ఓకేనా? అండ్ మనం ఇనిషియల్ గా లైబ్రరీస్ ని ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకోవాలి. సో పాండాస్ నమ్ పైన ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసుకున్నాము. దెన్ we need to call the data frame, okay? df equals to, so initial ga, like if you see any Kaggle data sets also, initially what happens is most of the files will be called through df only, correct? Most of the files will be called through df only, and df is a standard kind of a practice, okay? So I'm proceeding with the same df only, okay? So in the pandas I need to do the pd.read csv, and ikkada I need to call my housing data, correct? I need to call my housing data. Okay, yeah, let me just check the first 5 values. I have called this housing data, and let me just check the first 5 values, okay? df.head, okay, longitude, latitude, median age, total rooms, total bedrooms, population, households, median income, median house value, ocean proximity. Let me just check what are all the columns present here. So columns ఏమున్నాయో చూద్దాము. So df.columns is the syntax, okay? So longitude, latitude, house, median age, okay, and total rooms, total bedrooms, total population, households, median income, median housing value, and ocean proximity. Let me just check the value counts for this ocean proximity, okay? So ocean proximity యొక్క కాలమ్ లో ఎన్ని వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయో చెక్ చేద్దాం. సో ఎన్ని వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయో కాలమ్ లో చెక్ చేయాలి అంటే the syntax for that to check the value counts is df of, initially we need to perform our basic 5 things, right? So df.shape is the first thing which we need to perform. Let me just take a new cell. Totally forgot. df.shape check చేయాలి, అది ఎలా ఉంది అని చెప్పేసి చెక్ చేయాలి. So here we are getting 10 columns and 20,640 rows, correct? 20,640 rows and 10 columns we are having. Okay, fine. So after this, what we need to do, we are checking the columns. Then manam info check cheyali, df.info, okay, df.info. And then after doing this info, what we need to do? So we are having all this. We can see like there is a null value, six null values over here in the total bedroom, right? It is 20433 only. When compared with other values, see, మిగతా column values to compare చేస్తే every column is having 20640, but total bedrooms column వచ్చేసి 20433 ఉంది. So now info is done. So data types, here also we are getting the data types. or else here also we can do the data types. Okay, D types type share, open a D types, and we'll be getting the data types for each and every column. Df dot ఇప్పుడు null values చెక్ చేయాలి. సో df dot is null. null ఉంటే ఏమైనా null values ఉంటే just sum them and show it up for each and every column. సో ఏమి null values లేవు, but longitude లో లేవు, latitude లో లేవు, and housing median age also we are not having, total rooms we are not having. But when coming into population లో లేదు, households లో లేదు, median income, median household value లో, ocean proximity లో లేదు. But bedrooms, this particular column is having 207. That particular column is having 207 null values. Okay, now fine. 207 null values we are having. So now what we'll be doing is we'll be checking if it is having any duplicates first. Okay, duplicates, we are not having any duplicates, we are having only that. Let's see how this total bedrooms column is. Okay, let's see how the total bedroom column is. So let me just call df. So even to call the column also we need to write the data frame name, and we also should do describe, right? I forgot. Describe lo em vastayi manaku. Describe lo we will be getting the things where we will be having all the null value, I mean all the continuous value related content. Okay, describe. So manaki em vachayi, what you count, mean, standard deviation, minimum value and the maximum value, correct? And then the 25th percentile value, 50th percentile value, then similarly a 75th percentile value I got. Okay, now let's check the we got the null values count also, right? Yeah, we got the null values count also. So let's check the value counts. Okay, let's check the value counts of that ocean. Okay, nearby ocean, right? What was the column? We'll check the value counts for this ocean proximity, and we'll also visualize how this column is. Okay, first we'll check for ocean proximity. So there were two ways to access a column and present in the column. Okay, one way is df followed by the square brackets, and inside the square brackets we'll mention the inverted commas, and inside the inverted commas we'll just call that column. Okay, total bedrooms column. Okay, so before me giving the prompt only, it is saying all these things, right? Where you need to use dot fill in a, and again you need to call the total column dot mean in plus equals to do if you want to do fill in. But before doing the fill in a, I want to say how the column is, how the column values are. So total bedrooms 129, 1106. But initially we need to understand what kind of data it is, correct? See, I'm having a data set, you people suggested me a data set. I have prepared all these things, but what is this total rooms here? 80 housing data set. Does it belong to any city, or does it belong to any villas which are at the ocean? Correct. We need to know that, right? So median house value, what could be the house value? It is going around 100. It's going around 452 600, and the median income will be around 8.3. And the household, how many households are present? There are 126 households. So in that case, we can say that these are the data for the apartments, right? In that case, we can say this is the data for an apartment, correct? And these are all the latitude longitudes which are present at one single latitude only. So in that case, I can clearly say this is a data which is related to a gated community, and in the gated community we are having few of the apartments residing, and the residents are residing over there, correct? I see someone was raising their hand. Is it clear until now how to understand that particular Jagdish, what happened? Attendance you're sharing. Okay, please listen to the session, Jagdish. Okay, everyone understood until here, right? We need to understand the data first. So initially what I did, initially also, as I have worked on the data, I have done all that pre-processing starting initial steps, but as a data scientist of machine learning, we should not do that, okay? We need to initially look what kind of data it is, understand the data, understand each and every column, what kind of data it should be related to. ప్రతి ఒక్క కాలమ్ని అర్థం చేసుకొని అది ఎలాంటి డేటా అయి ఉంటుంది, అది ఎక్కడి నుంచి వచ్చి ఉంటుంది అనే కైండ్ ఆఫ్ ఒక అనాలిసిస్ చేసి ఆ డొమైన్ ని అర్థం చేసుకొని దెన్ we need to move forward, okay? We need to understand the domain, then we need to proceed forward by doing all the first 5 initial steps, okay? Is that clear, everyone? Please let me know through chat, okay? Chat lo cheppandi, don't give reactions if I am asked, please. అర్థమైందా? I mean, this is the thing which we are doing from the last 2 days, but I have started saying the things in also Telugu, right? So I hope it's clear for everyone. Okay, yeah. Yeah, sure, Mohan, sure. Okay. So now, జస్ట్ నార్మల్గా నేను డేటాని రీడ్ చేశాను, కానీ కొలాబ్లో ఎలా రీడ్ చేస్తాము అంటే, మోహన్ ప్లీజ్ లిసన్. ఇక్కడ మనం ఫస్ట్ ఫైల్ ఇక్కడ అప్లోడ్ చేస్తాం, ఓకేనా? మన నా డౌన్లోడ్స్ లో హౌసింగ్ డేటా ఫైల్ ఉంది. సో ఐ జస్ట్ ఓపెన్ దట్ ఫైల్ ఓవర్ హియర్. నేను ఓపెన్ క్లిక్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ లోడ్ అవుతూ చూపిస్తుంది. సో దట్ ఫైల్ ఈస్ బీయింగ్ అప్లోడెడ్ టు దిస్ స్పేస్, ఓకే? దిస్ స్పేస్, ఇక్కడ స్పేస్ లో అప్లోడ్ అవుతుంది ఆ ఫైల్. So I'm already having that file. I just need to press on this. If I hover over these files, the 3 dots వస్తాయి. మనం ఈ ఫైల్ కదా, సో I need to press on 3 dots. Copy the path. కాపీ చేసిన పాత్ ని తీసుకొచ్చి ఈ pd.readcsv, ఇది CSV ఫైల్ ఎండింగ్ విత్ .csv. సో నేను read_csv అని పెట్టాను. సో if it is ending with xlsx, then I will be giving it read excel, okay? Read excel అని ఇస్తాను, read json అని ఉంది, read html ఫైల్ అని ఉంది. సో we are having multiple ways to read a file, okay? And a read csv ఈ brackets లో inverted commas పెట్టి, then I will be mentioning my path, okay? Then I will mention the path which I copied here. That is how I will be reading my data, okay? That is how I will read my data. Along with me, everyone please perform, okay? Along with me, everyone please perform. సో వేరే మనం డాటాను అర్థం చేసుకున్నాము, అర్థం చేసుకున్న తర్వాత మనం దాని షేప్ ఎలా ఉంది, దాని కాలమ్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, దాని ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ ఏంటి, దాని డేటా టైప్స్ ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, అండ్ విల్ బి గెటింగ్ టు నో వాట్ నల్ వాల్యూస్, ఏ కాలమ్ లో ఎన్ని నల్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి, అండ్ ఏమైనా డూప్లికేట్స్ ఉన్నాయా, లేవు. సో ఒకసారి న్యూమరికల్ డేటా ఎలా స్ప్రెడ్ అయిందో చూద్దాం. సో కౌంట్, హైయెస్ట్ కౌంట్, లైక్ వాట్ ఇస్ ద హైయెస్ట్ కౌంట్, యావరేజ్ ఏంటి, దీనికి స్టాండర్డ్ డీవియేషన్ ఎలా ఉంది, మినిమం వాల్యూ ఎంత, మాక్సిమం వాల్యూ ఎంత, 25th percentage స్టేజ్ లో 25% ఆఫ్ ది డేటా ఎక్కడ ఉంది, 50% ఆఫ్ ది డేటా ఎక్కడ ఉంది, 75% ఆఫ్ ది డేటా ఏ రేంజ్ లో ఉంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ హౌ విల్ బి గెటింగ్ ఆల్ దీస్ ఇన్సైట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ది డిస్క్రైబ్, ఓకే? ఆల్ దీస్ ఇన్సైట్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ది డిస్క్రైబ్. సో ఇక్కడ మనం వాట్ వి డిడ్, we have did this df of total bedrooms కదా. సో ఆ టోటల్ బెడ్రూమ్స్ అనే కాలమ్ ని జస్ట్ మనం విజువలైజ్ చేస్తున్నాం, ఎలా ఉన్నాయి వాల్యూస్ చూద్దాం అని చెప్పేసి, ఓకే? If I want to check, I can also do unique, okay? ఏమైనా unique values ఉన్నాయా? If I see almost all the values are looking like everything is not under one single value. So every value is different, I guess. So I can't use unique here. But what I can do, I can check the maximum and the minimum value. But also even here also I can get the maximum and the minimum value, correct? So let me do one thing, okay? Let me do one thing. Let me just check the unique ones. I just got an array. Let me just do in unique. How many unique different values are there? There were only 1923 unique values we are having. There were only 1923 unique values we are having, and the other values are being repeated, okay? Fine. So instead of this unique, let me just do if I do value counts, I will just get some huge list, okay? With the thing also, I'm having 1923 values. So ఒక్కొక్క వాల్యూ ఎన్ని యూనిక్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి, 1923 వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి. ఇంతకుముందు చూసాం కదా, ఎన్ని యూనిక్ చేస్తే ఎలా వచ్చిందో 1923 అని వచ్చింది. సో ఇది వాల్యూ కౌంట్స్ చేసినప్పుడు అలానే వస్తుంది. So that means that అన్ని డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి. సో మిగతావన్నీ ప్రతి ఒక్క వాల్యూ ఏదో ఒకసారి రిపీట్ అవుతూనే ఉంది. సో 280 అనే వాల్యూ 55 టైమ్స్ రిపీట్ అయింది కౌంట్. సో 3114 అనే వాల్యూ ఒక్కసారి రిపీట్ అయింది. 393 అనే వాల్యూ 49 టైమ్స్ రిపీట్ అయింది. సో దట్ ఈస్ హౌ ద వాల్యూ కౌంట్స్ హెల్ప్స్ us to find the things. Okay, so let me just try to do that box plot. Okay, so to do that I need to import matplotlib, right? Matplotlib .pyplot and also CNS. ఈ రెండు లైబ్రరీస్ ఎప్పుడు విజువలైజేషన్స్ కి మనం ఉంచుకోవాలి. ఓకేనా? Then let me just do this matplotlib box plot. Okay, so plt dot am I having, yeah, box plot I'm having, and I'm performing it on total bedrooms. Okay, total bedrooms మీద చేద్దాము. total rooms ఉన్నాయి, total bedrooms కూడా ఉన్నాయి. but total rooms లో total bedrooms లో we will be getting to know the outliers also. Even if we want to perform this on all numerical columns, what I can do is, ఇప్పుడు బాక్స్ ప్లాట్ అనేది ఎందుకు, మనకు అవుట్లయర్స్ ని ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయడానికి. అవుట్లయర్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఉన్న డాటా మన దగ్గర ఉండే డాటాలో అన్ని ఒక రేంజ్ లో ఉంటే ఈ కొన్ని డాటా పాయింట్స్ మాత్రం దే విల్ బి లైయింగ్ ఫార్ అవే. ఓకే, ఆ డాటా పాయింట్స్ మనం అవుట్లయర్స్ అంటాం. ఓకే, ఆ డాటా పాయింట్స్ మనం అవుట్లయర్ అంటాం. కేటగిరికల్ లో అలాంటి వాల్యూస్ ఉండడం we won't be able to see. Categorical lo manaku only null values e untayi. Okay na, but coming into numerical values we'll be having these outliers. Okay, coming into numerical we will have these outliers. So alanti outliers ni define cheyadaniki what we will be doing is, so there were two ways. Manually picking the numerical value and doing a box plot, ledante oka threshold value ankoni aa value kante takkunnava anni ఒక కేటగిరికల్ కాలమ్ లిస్ట్ లాగా క్రియేట్ చేసి ఓన్లీ ఆ కాలమ్స్ మీదనే కేటగిరికల్ కాలమ్ ప్లాట్స్. రిమెంబర్ వన్ థింగ్, కేటగిరికల్ కాలమ్స్ కి ఏ ప్లాట్ డ్రా చేస్తామంటే బార్ ప్లాట్. ఓకే, కేటగిరికల్ కాలమ్స్ విల్ బి డ్రాయింగ్ ఏ బార్ ప్లాట్, అండ్ ఫర్ న్యూమరికల్ కాలమ్స్ I mean these are the basics. Okay, these are the basics. I can go for a bar plot, I can go for a stacked chart, or else I can go for a pie chart. ఏ ప్లాట్ కి వెళ్తాం అనేది నీ ఇష్టం, బట్ బేసికలీ if you are not aware of which plot to go for, you can go for a bar chart. Okay, bar chart is much better. Then like yesterday we have discussed, right, card data set makers and also the value concept. So when we are discussing those things, then we went for the bar chart only. Correct, we went for bar chart only. So in a similar way here also, if you are having any categorical column, or else if you want to check the plot for any two different columns, you can go for that bar plot. Okay, it will help us in good visualization. And pie chart ఎప్పుడు యూజ్ చేస్తామంటే proportion ఏది ఎంత వరకు స్ప్రెడ్ అయింది అని తెలుసుకోవడానికి we'll be going for the pie chart. Okay, let's say like gender example తీసుకున్నాం కదా. In the gender example, what did we got to know? We got to know male అనేది ఇంత ప్రపోర్షన్ లో డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అయ్యింది, మిగతా వాళ్ళు ఇంత ప్రపోర్షన్ లోనే ఉన్నారు. మీకు పై చార్ట్ ఐడియా ఉంది కదా, ఎవ్రీవన్ హ్యాస్ అన్ ఐడియా ఆన్ పై చార్ట్, రైట్? ఇన్ ద పై చార్ట్ విల్ బి గెటింగ్ టు నో హౌ మెనీ పీపుల్ వర్ ఇన్ వాట్ ప్రపోర్షన్ ద ప్లాట్ హ్యాస్ బీన్ డివైడెడ్. ఓకే, సో నౌ వాట్ ఆర్ వి గోయింగ్ టు డూ? We are going to draw the box plot, right? We are going to draw the box plot, right? So for I in all the columns, like df dot columns, what I want to do, I want to draw, so I don't want to print this value cons, I want to do plt dot box plot, and each and every column I want to traverse through it. But ప్రతి ఒక్క కాలమ్ ని బాక్స్ ప్లాట్ కావాలి అని చెప్తున్నా, అది ఓకే దెన్. But the thing is, what is my last column over here? The last column enti? My last column is ocean proximity. I didn't even check what this ocean proximity value counts are. Correct. So before drawing this box plot, let me just check of ocean proximity dot value counts. Okay, dot value counts. So run cheta. So what are all the values I'm having? So I'm having this
1H ocean. Okay. Inland I'm having, near ocean I'm having, near Bay Area I'm having, and island I'm having. And also, what is this less than 1H ocean? Okay, let me just less than 1H ocean. Can we conclude any meaning to that? Inland means on there, and there is on an island low, land low, and also ocean దగ్గరలో, Bay Area దగ్గరలో. And also, let's say this has less than 1H ocean. So let me just check over here. Because I'm not having any idea on that particular domain, I'm not having any idea on that particular domain. So that is the reason I was unable to decode that less than 1H ocean. So I need to check about that particular value, right? I need to check about that particular value. So I just looked about that particular value. It is just saying nothing but the. It is just saying it is nothing but a label. Okay, nothing but the label. Okay, fine. It is nothing but the label. Now what we'll be doing is we'll just fill that null values. Okay, we'll just fill the null values, and before that filling the null values, we'll just draw a box plot. Okay, we'll just draw the box plot. And before drawing the box plot, let me just try to add the figure also. Okay. Okay, this is less than near to 1H ocean, and ఇది completely near to ocean ఇంతమంది ఉన్నారు, inland ఇది. So this is a value counts. Okay, this is a value counts. Fine. Okay, let me just run this box plot and check. Okay, what it is saying, U function divide not supported for input type and input could not be safely cons. What could be that input, guys? What could be that input? That input will be the last column only. Last column only. Okay. And why it is showing an error? Function divide not supported for input type. Okay. So here also you can see what exactly this box plot does. Okay. What exactly the box plot does, you can see it over there. Box plot instead of DFI, I just want to check only for total, not total. Let me just check for total bedrooms. Okay, total bedrooms. Let me just remove this for loop also. With total bedrooms, I'm not even getting a plot. What's happening here in the total bedrooms? Let's visualize that column. Here we are having the total bedrooms, right? Okay, total bedrooms. This is the value. These are all the values. And what is the data type for the total bedrooms? It's in the float, and also we are having the float only. Okay, so let me just do it for latitude, housing median age. For housing median age, we are getting a plot. I think we just need to change that particular type. We need to do a typecasting over there. Okay, so this is just the housing median box plot. Okay, and if you want me to do plt dot pie chart, okay, I'll just do a pie chart for that portion. Okay, plt dot pie chart, and see here value counts we'll be having, and also let's check are we getting any pie chart, and also we want that plt dot not show exactly, we want the labels, right? So in order to label low specgram spring, we are having stack plot state, stem stream plot style, so subplot grid, subplot tools, subtitle text, plt dot text. So if it is 1 comma 1, it will be showing like 1 comma 1. So these are all the values. Okay, so to show the values there will be a syntax. I'm unable to recall the syntax correctly. To show the names on the exact, there is this plt dot figure, label, what the labels, page dot. I'm unable to remember the syntax now. I'll just tell you the syntax when I remember that. Okay. So మనం ఈ ఓషన్ ప్రాక్సిమిటీ చెక్ చేయాలంటే జస్ట్ మనం page.py అని చెప్పి టైప్ చేసి df and we need to call our column and the value counts. ఆ వాల్యూ కౌంట్స్ ని బట్టి మనకు ప్లాట్ అనేది డివైడ్ అవుతుంది. హౌ మెనీ we are getting 1 2 3 4 correct. Okay. So this is about a pie chart and also a box plot, how to draw all those things. And please try to explore the types of charts. Okay, if you want me to explain, I will explain the types of charts also, but not today. Okay, so this is about all these things. Let me just fill up the null values. For now, I am filling up the null values. Okay, df of in total bedrooms, right? We are having null values. So total bedrooms is equals to df of. Okay, is that clear, guys? Up to here ఈ ప్లాట్స్ అవన్నీ అర్థమైనాయా? ఎన్ యూనిక్ అంటే మనకు ఏ వాల్యూ ఎన్నిసార్లు రిపీట్ అయింది, అసలు ఎన్ని డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఎన్ని డిఫరెంట్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి అని. Yeah, plt.labels we can use when we are working label. Okay, not labels exactly. Yeah, inside the labels we can directly mention x label, y label, or else we can directly type plt.x label or else plt.y label. Okay, thank you, Jagdish. Is it clear until now, everyone? Jagdish and everyone? I see only few responses. What happened to others? Okay. So now అందరికీ అర్థమైందా, లైక్ హౌ టు కన్సిడర్ ఏ డేటా సెట్? ఆ డేటా సెట్ ని తీసుకున్నాక మనం ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలనేది అర్థమైందా? హోప్ ఎవ్రీవన్ అండర్స్టాండ్స్ తెలుగు. ఏమి డౌట్స్ లేవు కదా? సో ఎప్పుడైనా డిఫైనింగ్ ఏ ప్రాబ్లమ్ స్టేట్మెంట్ అంటే, అని అన్నారనుకోండి, దెన్ మనం ఏం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలంటే, మనం ఆ డేటా సెట్ ని మనకు ఆల్రెడీ ఇస్తారు. ఓకేనా, డేటా సెట్ ని మనకు ఆల్రెడీ ఇస్తారు. బట్ మనం ఏం చేయాలి అంటే, we need to understand that particular data. సో ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి? డేటా ఇచ్చారు కరెక్టే, అసలు ఆ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటి, ఆ ప్రాబ్లమ్ ని ఎలా రిజాల్వ్ చేయొచ్చు? మనం మిషన్ లెర్నింగ్ వాడచ్చా, లేకపోతే నార్మల్ గా కూడా రిజాల్వ్ చేసుకోవచ్చా ఫంక్షన్స్ రాసి? మిషన్ లెర్నింగ్ వాడితే బెటరా, నార్మల్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ లో ఫంక్షన్స్ రాస్తే బెటరా అని చెప్పేసి మనం అర్థం చేసుకొని, దెన్ we need to go for machine learning. సో మన దగ్గర డేటా ఏదైతే ఉందో, ఆ డేటా ఆ పర్టికులర్ ప్రాబ్లమ్ కి మనం అనుకున్న సొల్యూషన్ కి ఆ డేటా సరిపోతుందా లేదా అని ఆలోచించి, దెన్ we need to step into all the things. Okay, then we need to get into the, yeah, we can get the names. Okay, we can get the particular names to that pie chart. I need to just refer to the pie chart documentation. Let me just refer to the pie chart documentation, or else let me just type it over here. Google Colab will give you that chance. Okay, there is one thing in Google Colab I can actually generate. Let me just write here, create a pie chart for, see, this is for making our work easier. Okay, when we forgot any syntax, this generate is for making మన వర్క్ ని ఈజీ చేయడానికి జనరేట్ వాడండి. ప్రతిసారి జనరేట్ వాడకండి, ఎందుకంటే సింటాక్సెస్ అన్ని మర్చిపోతాము. ఓకేనా, సింటాక్స్ అన్ని మర్చిపోతాం. సో in order to make sure we are not forgetting the syntax, don't use that generate. Okay, create a pie chart for ocean proximity. I want the labels in it along with person. Okay, so labels lo we will be giving mali labels and a separate column we need to give, and also we need to get that index and autopacity. Autopacity is nothing but the percentage. Okay, let me just run this. Okay, ikkada island undi, kani island is completely 0.0%. correct. So this is how we can get the things. Okay, initially మన పైన రాసిన దాంట్లో the code what's happening there, అక్కడ we got only df ocean proximity value counts ఒకటే ఇచ్చాం. వాల్యూ కౌంట్స్ ప్రకారమే మన ప్లాట్ క్రియేట్ అయింది, బట్ మనము లేబుల్స్ ఇవ్వలేదు. సో లేబుల్స్ we need to mention, and ఆ లేబుల్స్ లో ఏం కన్సిడర్ చేయమంటున్నాము, మనకు ఫస్ట్ పేర్ నేమ్స్ కావాలి కదా, నేమ్స్ కావాలి కాబట్టి దెన్ ఇనిషియల్లీ మనం ఆ పర్టికులర్ కాలం లో నాకు వాల్యూ కౌంట్స్ తీసుకో, ఆ వాల్యూ కౌంట్స్ యొక్క ఇండెక్స్, వాల్యూ కౌంట్స్ తర్వాత ఇండెక్స్, ఆ ఇండెక్స్ ని మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ ఆటోపిసిటీ ఉందా, ఆటోపిసిటీ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ ఇక్కడ డెసిమల్ తర్వాత ఎన్ని వాల్యూస్ కావాలి, ఇక్కడ 1 వాల్యూ కావాలనుకున్నాం కాబట్టి 9 వచ్చింది. సో లెట్ మీ జస్ట్ ట్రై టు గివ్ ఇట్ యాజ్ another 1, or else if I give another 1, let's see how it happens. It is increasing, so there will be some logic behind this autopcd that. Okay, so based on these values only మనకి ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని వాల్యూస్ కావాలి అని చెప్పేసి it will be decided. Okay, just go through that once. It's been a long time for me. Okay, so title kuda we can do the title also, distribution of the ocean proximity, fine. So ikkada manam less than 1 H ocean అనేది 44% of the values మనకు ఈ ఇక్కడ ఉన్నాయి, అండ్ ఇమీడియట్ గా మనకు 31.7% of the values అనేవి ఇన్లాండ్ లో ఉన్నాయి, అండ్ దాని తర్వాత ఇమీడియట్ గా నియర్ ఓషన్ లో 12.9%. సో అండ్ ఫాలోడ్ బై నియర్ బై సేమ్ యాజ్ పర్ ఐలాండ్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ హౌ వీ కెన్ డూ ఫర్ అండ్ పై చార్ట్. ఓకే, మన పై చార్ట్ లో ఏ పర్టికులర్ వాల్యూ అనేది ఎలా డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అవుతుంది, ఆ పర్టికులర్ లేబుల్ కి సంబంధించిన ఎన్ని వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి, ఎంత పర్సెంటేజ్ ఆఫ్ వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి అని కూడా మనం చెక్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. సో దట్ ఈస్, సో పై చార్ట్ ఈస్ మెయిన్లీ ఫర్ ప్రొపోర్షన్. ఓకే, ప్రొపోర్షన్ ఎంత ప్రొపోర్షనల్ గా డిస్ట్రిబ్యూట్ అయింది ఒక్కొక్క వాల్యూ అని చెప్పి తెలుసుకోవడానికి we use pie chart. Okay, so what are we doing over here? ఇక్కడ మనం null values fill చేస్తున్నాం కదా, total bedrooms. Okay, let me just delete this. సో టోటల్ బెడ్రూమ్స్ అనే కాలమ్ కి మనం null values క్రియేట్ చేయాలి ఇనిషియల్ గా. సో ఇక్కడ నుంచి చెప్తాను, టోటల్ బెడ్రూమ్స్ అనే కాలమ్ ఉంది, మనం null values ని ఫిల్ చేయాలి. సో డాట్ ఫిల్ NA dot fill NA, ఇక్కడ it is also suggesting me fill NA click చేస్తాను. then I need to take a method like in this method, in the fill NA method లో మనం కాలమ్ మెన్షన్ చేయాలి. ఓకేనా, కాలమ్ మెన్షన్ చేసి దాని మీన్ అని చెప్పి మెన్షన్ చేయాలి. ఓకేనా, then df of total bedrooms అని రాసి, total bedrooms అని రాసి, then dot mean df of total whatever the null values which are present ఈ కాలమ్ లో ఉన్న null values అన్నిటిని మీన్ వాల్యూ తో ఫిల్ చేయి అని చెప్పి, then we can type in place equals to true. ఓకే, నేను ఇంతకు ముందు ఇక్కడ df టోటల్ బెడ్రూమ్స్ అని ఒక వేరియబుల్ ని రాసి మళ్ళీ దాన్ని ఈ పర్టికులర్ హోల్ సింటాక్స్ కి అసైన్ చేశాను. అలా అసైన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఇన్ ప్లేస్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు ట్రూ అవసరం లేదు, బికాస్ ఆటోమేటిక్ గా వాల్యూస్ అన్ని దానికి అసైన్ అయిపోతాయి. బట్ అలా చేయనప్పుడు if I am not assigning any variable to this particular syntax, then I can use in place equals to true. Let's run this. So ఇప్పుడు total bedrooms లో మనకు null values లేవు, everything got cleaned out, correct? And even if you want to check what I can do, only one thing I can do, that is total bedrooms dot is none, is NA అని చెక్ చేయొచ్చు. లేదు అంటే డైరెక్ట్ df dot is null డాట్ సమ్ ఇట్లా కూడా చెక్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకేనా, ఇక్కడ నల్ వాల్యూస్ ఏమీ లేవు, దెన్ ఇట్స్ టోటలీ ఫైన్. ఓకే, నల్ వాల్యూస్ ఏమీ లేవు. ఇక్కడ మన క్వశ్చన్ ప్రాక్సిమిటీ అనే కాలమ్ ఉంది. సో ఇప్పుడు మనం దాన్ని లేబుల్ ఎన్కోడ్ చేయాలి. ఇక్కడ ప్లాట్ ప్రకారము ఇప్పుడు వాట్ కుడ్ బి ద నెంబర్, లేబుల్ ఎన్కోడింగ్ అంటే ఏంటి, మనం కేటగిరికల్ కాలమ్స్ ని న్యూమరికల్ దాంట్లోకి ఎన్కోడ్ చేస్తాం కదా. సో ఇప్పుడు ఎన్ని వాల్యూస్ ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ మనకు 1 2 3 4 5, కరెక్ట్. So actually I was about to ask a question అడుగుదాం అనుకున్నా, in the meantime I just said the answer, it's fine. Okay, label encode చేద్దాం. label encode చేయడానికి from sklearn.preprocessing import label encoder, fine. ఇప్పుడు label encoder ఒక వేరియబుల్ అసైన్ చేసి label encoder. okay, now label encoder is created. now ఏ కాలమ్ కి చేయాలి, మనం ఒకటే కాలమ్ కి చేయాలి. సో ocean proximity which is equals to, see, we need to call that label encoder, and the label encoder మీద మన values ని ఫిట్ అయిపోయి ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అవ్వాలని చెప్తున్నాం. సో then we will be calling this fit transform, and then followed by ఏ కాలమ్ ని ఫిట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అవ్వమని చెప్తున్నాము, ocean proximity అనే కాలమ్ ని ఫిట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అవ్వమని చెప్తున్నాము. now let's run this column. okay, and let's visualize the same column, but as the value counts format lo let's check the same column, ela undi column and check chedam. So 0th value అనేది 916 9136 values ఉన్నాయి. 9136 values అంటే ఏంటి? 9136 values అంటే this one, right? This one is the 9136 values columns. So similarly we are having this label 1, label 2, label 3, label 4, correct? So మనకి ఇప్పుడు అన్ని కాలమ్ వాల్యూస్ వచ్చేసి న్యూమరికల్ లో ఉన్నాయా? ఉన్నాయి. ఫైన్, న్యూమరికల్ లో ఉన్నాయి. బట్ ఈ ఏ కాలమ్ కి ఆ కాలమ్ దే వర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ రేంజ్. ఓకే, దే వర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఏ పర్టికులర్ రేంజ్. సో మనం స్టాండర్డ్ స్కేలింగ్ చేద్దాం. ఓకేనా? సో లేబుల్ ఎన్కోడింగ్ ఇస్ డన్. దెన్ వి నీడ్ టు డు స్టాండర్డ్ స్కేలింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ sklearn dot preprocessing import standard scaler import chesam. Then we need to apply the standard scaling on all the columns, right? For in df dot columns. Now what we need to do, we want to apply it on all the columns, right? df of I equals to, now yeah, we can see here standard scaler dot fit transform. ఆ స్టాండర్డ్ స్కేలర్ ని కాల్ చేసి, లేదంటే నేను స్టాండర్డ్ స్కేలర్ ని ఇంకొక సెల్ లో దానికి వేరియబుల్ అసైన్ చేసి కూడా ఐ కెన్ స్టోర్ ఇట్ ఓవర్ దేర్. స్కేల్ ఈక్వల్స్ టు స్టాండర్డ్ స్కేలర్. ఓకేనా? సో ఐ థింక్ ఇక్కడ స్కేల్ అని అసైన్ చేసుకున్నాను కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా స్కేల్ అని చెప్పి కాల్ చేస్తే అయిపోతుంది. స్కేల్ డాట్, మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ కూడా ఐ నీడ్ టు కాల్ ఫిట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అండ్ ఇక్కడ ఏది ఫిట్ ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మ్ అవ్వాలనుకున్నా ఈచ్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీ కాలమ్ విచ్ ఈజ్ ఐ. సో ఇక్కడ నేను 4 లో వాడుతున్నా, జస్ట్ ఐ కెన్ మెన్షన్ ఐ ఓవర్ హియర్. ఓకే, జస్ట్ ఐ కెన్ మెన్షన్ ఐ ఓవర్ హియర్ అండ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ రన్ దిస్, లెట్స్ సీ. సో expected a 2-dimensional container but got the class pass the data frame containing a single row. So there is an error in my syntax. Okay, there is an error in my syntax. So let me just check. So scale, let me just check from here. So what is the issue over here? So I will show you. So df of I, okay, మనము డైరెక్ట్ గా ఇక్కడ ఏమంటున్నారు, expected a 2-dimensional container but got the class pandas, డైరెక్ట్ గా pandas కాలమ్ లాగా వచ్చింది. ఇన్స్టెడ్ పాస్ డేటా ఫ్రేమ్ కంటైనింగ్ ఏ సింగిల్ రో. డేటా ఫ్రేమ్ లో ఉండే సింగిల్ రో ని పాస్ చేయండి ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ పాసింగ్ ద pandas core series. ఓకే అని చెప్పేసి అన్నారు. సో we have just added this. Previously it is like this, than this, we got this error. So we just need to change it to this, you know. Okay, now so now everything is under one single standard scaler. So let's now visualize this df. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు ఎలా అయిపోయింది, మొత్తం ఒక స్కేల్ లోకి వచ్చేసింది కదా. everything is under one scale, correct? Everything is under one scale, correct? So now what we'll be doing is the same thing again. ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం, సేమ్ థింగ్ ఏం చేస్తాం చెప్పండి. Like what we'll be doing now? See, Abhinav, you're asking what is the reason for getting a percentage in pie chart. See, percentage in pie chart అంటే it will be a circle chart, right? So pie లాగా ఉంటది ఆ చార్ట్ మొత్తం. సో ఇన్ దట్ ఏది ఎంత వరకు తీసుకుంటుంది, ఏ వాల్యూ ఎంత పర్సంటేజ్ తీసుకుంటుంది ఆ హోల్ పైలో. ఓకేనా? అట్లా దెన్ విల్ బి గోయింగ్ ఫర్ percentages. Okay, we'll be going for percentages to understand that. Is that clear, Abhinav? Is that clear, Abhinav? Abhinay, sorry, Abhinay. Okay. Okay, so ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాము, స్టాండర్డ్ స్కేలింగ్ కూడా అయిపోయింది. దెన్ విల్ డూ ద కోరిలేషన్. గుడ్ వన్ గణేష్. యా, గుడ్ వన్ గణేష్. సో Durga, is my voice clear now? Okay, Anusha, yeah. After doing that correlation and ఏదైనా కాలమ్స్ చాలా కోరిలేట్ అవుతే మనము అలాంటి కాలమ్స్ ని డ్రాప్ చేస్తాము. సో there is that also. Then we'll do for the model selection. Okay, describing the data. We have described the data, Venkata Sai. Yeah, correct, Jagadish. We'll do that correlation. Okay, fine. సో ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తామంటే మనం ఇప్పుడు కోరిలేషన్ చేయాలి. కోరల్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ అని చెప్పేసి ఒక వేరియబుల్ ఐ క్రియేట్. ఓకే, df.corr. సో ఓకేనా, ఇప్పుడు డేటా ఫ్రేమ్ లో మనం ఆ కోరిలేషన్ ని అప్లై చేయమని చెప్తున్నాం, కానీ ఐఎమ్ సేవింగ్ దాట్ ఇన్ ద వేరియబుల్. లెట్ మీ జస్ట్ కాల్ ద వేరియబుల్ అండ్ చెక్ దిస్ డేటా ఫ్రేమ్ ఆల్సో. I see many less irrelevant columns. Okay, I see many less irrelevant columns. So let me just visualize the heat map also. SNS dot, before SNS I need to mention plt dot figure, and here I need to write fixed size. Fixed size equals to, not fixed size exactly, yeah, fixed size. Yeah, fine. Let me just run this plt dot show. See the color coding, guys. There is some kind of color coding which is happening, but ikkada em avutundi ante there is some lighter colors, and see these columns. What is this column? 0.86. పాపులేషన్ అనే కాలమ్ ఉన్ను ఈ కాలమ్ ఏంటి, ఈ కింద కాలమ్ స్ట్రైట్ గా ఇలా చూసుకోవాలి ఎప్పుడైనా. ఓకేనా, ఈ 0.86 అనే వాల్యూ ఉంది, చాలా పెద్దగా ఉంది నెంబర్ కదా. సో ఈ హారిజాంటల్ గా ఒకసారి చూడాలి, వర్టికల్ గా ఒకసారి చూడాలి. హారిజాంటల్ గా చూస్తే మనకు వచ్చింది పాపులేషన్ కాలమ్, వర్టికల్ గా చూస్తే వాట్ ఇస్ ద కాలమ్? టోటల్ రూమ్స్. అంటే కదా పాపులేషన్, టోటల్ రూమ్స్ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయో దాన్ని బట్టి పాపులేషన్ ఉంటుంది కదా. సో దిస్ కోరిలేషన్ ఇస్ కరెక్ట్ అండ్ 0.87. సో ఈ పాపులేషన్ ఇంకే కాలమ్ తోని కోరిలేట్ అయింది. ఇంత బాగా స్క్రోల్ చేయండి. టోటల్ బెడ్రూమ్స్, ఎన్ని బెడ్రూమ్స్ ఉన్నాయో బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్ కాలమ్ ఆల్సో ద పాపులేషన్ విల్ బి హైలీ కోరిలేటెడ్. కరెక్టేగా, ఉన్న రూమ్స్ ని బట్టి జనాలు ఉంటారు. సో దట్ ఈస్ హౌ వి నీడ్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్. కరెక్ట్. సో సిమిలర్లీ వీఆర్ హ్యావింగ్ 0.92. వాట్ ఇస్ 0.92? హౌస్ హోల్డ్స్ అనే కాలమ్ కి 0.92 కోరిలేషన్ అవుతుంది. ఏంటి ఆ కాలమ్? టోటల్ రూమ్స్ అనే కాలమ్ హౌస్ హోల్డ్స్. కరెక్ట్. హౌస్ హోల్డ్స్ ఏదైతే ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో ఆర్ ఎల్స్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ద థింగ్ ద హౌస్ హోల్డ్ కాలమ్ ఈస్ బేరింగ్, ఇక్కడ మనకు టోటల్ రూమ్స్ అనే కాలమ్ వస్తుంది. ఓకేనా. సో ఇన్ సిమిలర్ వే there is this one correlation between medium income and medium income. So same columns ki it will be 1. Okay, same columns it will be 1. 0.69 with median income and also median household value. House value no income correlation వచ్చేసి 0.69. we can see how the values are ranging. ఇంత హై కోరిలేషన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇలాంటి లీవ్ అబౌట్ 1. ఓకే, లీవ్ అబౌట్ 1. ఇంత హై కోరిలేషన్ ఉన్నప్పుడు sometimes we need to check are those columns are also being correlated with any other numbers. Okay, కొన్నిసార్లు కొన్ని కాలమ్స్ ని రిమూవ్ చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. సో ఇక్కడ మెయిన్ గా చూసుకుంటే వాట్ ఆర్ ద మెయిన్ కాలమ్స్? హౌస్ హోల్డ్, పాపులేషన్, టోటల్ బెడ్రూమ్స్, టోటల్ రూమ్స్. అండ్ సిమిలర్లీ టోటల్ రూమ్స్, టోటల్ బెడ్రూమ్స్, పాపులేషన్, హౌస్ హోల్డ్స్. ఓన్లీ దోస్ 4 కాలమ్స్ మంచి కోరిలేషన్ లో ఉన్నాయి. కోరిలేషన్ స్కోర్ కూడా బాగుంది. మిగతా కాలమ్స్ అన్ని కోరిలేషన్ స్కోర్స్ కంప్లీట్లీ లో బట్ పాజిటివ్, బట్ ఫ్యూ ఆర్ కంప్లీట్లీ నెగటివ్ అండ్ ఆల్సో లో. సో మనం ఈ ప్లాట్ ని బట్టి ఏం చెప్పొచ్చు? వాట్ ఆర్ ఆల్ ద ఇన్సర్ట్స్ I can draw? There were few columns like total rooms, total bedrooms, population and households where they were having a good correlation between among those columns. And alage the other thing I can say like other columns are also having the correlation. Some are having the positive correlation but less correlation. Some are having completely negative low correlation. Okay, so that is what I can decode from the heat map. Okay, so is it clear until here? Suraj, highly correlated ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి కాలమ్స్. ఇప్పుడు లెట్స్ సే మన దగ్గర హైట్, వెయిట్ అండ్ బిఎంఐ అనే కాలమ్ 3 కాలమ్స్ ఉన్నాయి. వీటన్ని కోరిలేషన్స్ బాగుంటాయి. సో అప్పుడు మనం హైట్, వెయిట్ అన్న డ్రాప్ హైట్ ఆర్ వెయిట్ ని డ్రాప్ చేయొచ్చు, లేదు అంటే బిఎంఐ ని డ్రాప్ చేయొచ్చు. ఓకేనా. సో ద టైమ్ ఇస్ 4:30. hope you people understood, right? Everyone understood, right? The people in the YouTube and also the people in the chat Q&A. It's clear for everyone, correct? ఒక డేటా సెట్ ని ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలనేది, ఆ కోరిలేషన్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్, ఆ సింటాక్స్ అంతా గుర్తుంచుకోవాల్సిన పని లేదు. We can directly go to the documentation and get the syntax. Okay, but we need to understand how the data is being distributed. ఆ data ఏ డొమైన్ కి సంబంధించింది? Venkat says syntax. You need syntax. Yeah, this is the syntax. Okay, ఇది figure size 10 on 10 and then the heat map హీట్ మ్యాప్ దేని మీద డ్రా చేయాలనుకుంటున్నా? కోరిలేషన్ మ్యాట్రిక్స్ మీద. అనోటేషన్ ఉండాలా నీకు? అవును ఉండాలి. అండ్ ఇక్కడ సి మ్యాప్ అని ఇంతకుముందు మెన్షన్ చేసి బ్లూ అని మెన్షన్ చేసా, అది కలర్ కోడింగ్ గురించి. లీవ్ దట్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఇస్ అబౌట్ ద హీట్ మ్యాప్. ఓకే, సో ఇట్స్ క్లియర్ ఫర్ ఎవ్రీవన్, రైట్? I'm stopping my screen share. Okay, thank you. Just a moment, just stay in the session. Okay, just create a poll, do let me know. Okay, I have created a poll. In the poll, please let me know regarding the today's review session. Okay, I mean sessions review. Yes, Venkatasai, we can change the color. Definitely, we can change the color. If you're talking about the heat map, in the heat map, we can change the color. We need to mention C map. Or else, if you're talking about one single box plot or else bar plot, we need to mention color. Color equals to, there is a parameter called color. ఒక పారామీటర్ ఉంటుంది, సిఓ ఎల్లో ఆర్ కలర్ అని. అది యాడ్ చేసి ఈక్వల్స్ టు పెట్టేసి నీకు ఏ కలర్ కావాలంటే ఆ కలర్ పెట్టేస్తే సరిపోతుంది. ఓకేనా? ఓకే, okay. There were still 5 people who didn't understood today's session. I don't know why. ఇంకా అర్థం అవ్వలేదు అంటే లైక్ హౌ డు యూ వాంట్ మీ టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్? ఎలా చెప్పాలి చెప్పండి? నాట్ గెటింగ్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ వై ఐఎమ్ సీయింగ్ దిస్ 5 నోస్. బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మీ స్పీకింగ్ ఇన్ తెలుగు. Everyone understood, right? If you don't want me to speak in Telugu, I can proceed with English, okay? So for your better understanding, I just switched the language, that's it. I'll just proceed with English only in the further upcoming classes, okay? Thank you. Okay. If you want me to proceed in Telugu, then let me know. If not, I'll just proceed with English in the further upcoming classes. Calculating the accuracy score, Harshini, that you will be doing when you're done with building the model, okay? That is done when you're building the model, okay? Okay, everyone want both the languages mixed in that case. Okay, Suraj and okay, Anusha, thank you. Yeah, okay, Jagdish, Prasad. Yeah, mixed language is fine, right? Fine. Yeah. Okay, fine. So do let me just know through the poll, okay? Yeah, both languages I will be using. Yeah. Okay, so to complete your poll, and you may leave the session for today if you're not having any other queries, okay? Thank you. Thank you, guys. Guys, if you're done with this Q&A and also this poll, you may leave the session, please. Thank you. Thanks for the comment, Jagadish. I definitely maintain that, okay? Okay, I got it. Okay? Okay, I'll make sure that I am using all the languages, okay? Any other comments? No, right? Any other comments regarding the today's session? I'm seeing 222 people, but only I got 170 votes. What is this, guys? fine. It's crossed 4:30, so I will not push you people. Okay. If you are done, you may leave the session. No doubts. Please leave the session. Okay. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Manoj. Thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Nandini. Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, sure, Shaheen. Thank you. Okay, I'm ending the session, guys. Have a great evening ahead.